For many of you, you already know this, okay? The challenge is that Wisconsin is facing historic workforce shortages that threaten our economic well-being, the strength of our community, and the quality of life. 2 years ago, if I made that sort of statement, people would boo me from the crowd and tell me that I was being Dr. Gloom and all the rest of that. I believe that this issue is now resolved, but let me just touch on a couple of points so that you can see it. This is actually work done by Dale Knapp from Forward Analytics and the Wisconsin County Association. The bar on your far left indicates that in 1990, there were 1.75 workers or people ready to be in the workforce for every one we needed, okay? So it's 1.75. By 2000, that had dropped to 1.42. 2010, it had dropped under 1. And today, 2018, it's at 0.087. That's complicated by the fact that our in-migration rates are incredibly low in this state and have been so historically, all of which leaves us with a significant shortage of workers. And again, just a bit more data here. In terms of urgency, what you're looking at now is the Wisconsin population by age between 2005 and 2017. The blue line that represents those 20 to 34, that line is flat, okay? It reflects what you just saw in terms of the work that Dale has done. The gold line represents the 55 to 74-year-olds. Those are people who are starting to move towards retirement. And by way of reference, in 2015, there were over 605,000 people over the age of 55 in our workforce. That's roughly 1 in every 4 workers in the state of Wisconsin in 2015. The green line is that 35 to 54 is a core group. Those are your managers, they're the people who are coming up in the process. They're the ones who buy houses and cars and all the rest of that stuff. And you will notice that that line is going down in the state of Wisconsin. The pattern here, a flat feeder line, a rising retirement line, and a declining or stable or flat green line in terms of your management group, is a disastrous pattern to look at. If you look at the states around us, you will see that Iowa has similar problems. Michigan's hemorrhaging. Minnesota did a little bit better, particularly in terms of dealing with their retirement stuff, and that's a whole different issue. But what makes it urgent is not just that we're competing with Iowa, Michigan, and Minnesota, because we already know that, but think about the states that we have been losing to for the last decade already. Think about Colorado, think about Arkansas, and think about North Carolina. And what is truly scary is that their patterns are beginning to look like Wisconsin's patterns. And so when we talk about competition for talent, it's not just that we don't have the bodies in this state. It is that other states across the country, and increasingly a number of countries, are now in the business of trying to compete for talent as well. This last piece is important because it touches you folks and the folks you represent. This is a reflection of projected Wisconsin real per capita income. The bars in the gold take us up to 2015, and you will notice it's a increase based on over a 5-year period of time. So from 1995 to 1915, there were consistent increases well above 1% and 2%, even at the height of the recession. The projection now in per capita income are at projected record lows for the next 20 years. That is directly tied to workforce shortages,